I want to say welcome to Plevneliev, who is the president of Bulgaria. I had the opportunity to meet you at a brunch where you spoke to some very influential business people. And one of the things that really stood out to me when you were speaking to the entrepreneurs is this kind of radical proposal, which is designed to attract more foreign investors to invest in Bulgaria. It really stood out to me. Did I hear you correctly when you said that if a company comes into Bulgaria and sets up a business, you will pay all of their employees' salaries for 2 years, and you also have other benefits? Tell me about that plan.
Absolutely. We are now pushing a new foreign investment law in Bulgaria. It is actually going to the parliament in the next weeks, and we would like to see him in power in my country since beginning of next year. What are we willing to address? It's very clear. Bulgaria welcomes the foreign investors. We are improving the business climate, and we are very pragmatic. We're telling them, you come to Bulgaria, we will take care of the salaries for a certain period of time. We will take care for the social insurance for a 2 years period of time. We will be giving much more incentives like quick amortization of computers, machinery, and also we will be giving money for teaching, educating your employees, and this is in the law.
Okay, what about, I heard you say a 10%, or was it a
You're
10%
absolutely right.
corporate
Bulgaria
flat tax?
is the European and the world champion, as we do have a 10% flat tax on corporate and on personal income. And guess what? As we have been reducing the tax, we have been increasing our government income. Bulgaria is a clear example that if you have a reasonable tax policy, you can increase the government income.
You said something very humorous at the brunch, something that you weren't very happy with. You said that you're frustrated that 50% of your students are becoming lawyers and financiers, and you're not worried about getting more of them, but you only have a few thousand engineers. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. And I was so brave to tell this in front of so many lawyers and financiers. But this is the truth. Well, the world in 21st century is driven by technologies and a long-term vision of governments to produce people who are competent, who can drive such industries of the future. And this is what we are willing to do. We do have hundreds of thousands of students. Bulgaria was an educational center back in time for Central and Middle East, Northern Africa, and the socialist countries back in the Soviet bloc. Now we are again enjoying strong universities, and we are cooperating with them by motivating them, first of all, to link with the industries, and second of all, to address the future industries. And of course, we need more engineers, more designers, more people who can do something with their hands.
And you've been in office since January?
Yes, I'm just 6 months or 7 months.
And you'll be in through 2017.
Yes.
And in terms of your personal life, I mean, you have, you came in here with probably 50 different people. We had the Secret Service downstairs waiting for you. How has that affected you, you and your family?
I have to be very honest with you, I'm still not getting used to that. It's really so strange to me that you go in an elevator and you have probably 10 guys coming with you, or you're walking on the street and it is the same. Can you just imagine how you go on a beach?
No, you tell me what it's like. Have you had time to go?
No, it's not possible at all. But the problem here is that yes, I have to learn how to handle this. I'm a free soul. I like the freedom of going here and everywhere. And I'm an open guy who would like to make a picture with everyone, to shake hands with everyone. And I think that also as a head of state, I have to learn and change. But also the institutions, Secret Service, the Bulgarian security organizations, they need to learn myself and also change. It is a process in both directions.
Bulgaria has decided against joining the Eurozone. Why did you make that decision? When we talked earlier this week, you said that you expect to join at some point, but there are things that you'd like to see happen before doing that. What would you like to see?
On the long term, we will join definitely the European zone. On the long term, we will be watching and seeing how this will develop. Again, we would like to see a plan which is clear, which is politically backed up, and we would like to see responsible policies which will be in favor of executing that plan. We believe that Europe now took some bold decisions in the past months, and we would like to see some governments acting national level, boldly, responsibly for this plan. And I'm sure that in a year and a half time, European zone will be tackling its problems and will be again on the right track.
What is the dilemma? What I see is the true dilemma, and you tell me if I'm wrong, is that if you are a country, for instance, that has an average salary base of about 400 euros per month, it doesn't make political sense to bail out a country like Greece, for example, that has people that are earning 3,000 euros per month. Is that part of your dilemma, selling that to the people of Bulgaria if you join the Eurozone?
You are so right. Bulgaria is the country with the lowest income. It is very difficult to explain to 7.4 million Bulgarians with their salaries of 500 euro and their pension rates of approximately 150, 160 euros that they need to pay and bail out someone who has much more an income. But look on the other side, such problematic issues like, for example, that in Germany you have people going in 67 into pension, and in France you have people going at 60 into pension. Now, it is very difficult to explain those inequalities, and they need to be tackled and to be addressed. On a long term, Europe will stay a strong world power, and Europe will get into new phase of integration. On a short term, too many politicians feel and act and do in order to be re-elected. This is what I don't want to do.
So this is a global phenomenon, I see.
I will be probably surprising you by telling you, well, I don't think about re-elected. To me, this is really a problem now to talk about that, because I'm thinking that you get a 5-year term, you promised, you need to deliver. And if you start explaining, well, I'm thinking about re-election, well, then people will say he's trying to delay its promises, he's trying to shift them to the next phase. Well, this is not right. You promise, you have 5 terms, 5 years, you deliver. It's so simple as that. And then people will decide.
Okay, Mr. President. Well, I wish you the best as you continue your journey as the leader of this country.